right, Bluecloud people, what's going on? It's Carter here, fresh off of a wonderful Thanksgiving break. Ate a lot of food, great time with the fam, just can't beat it. What better way to get back into the swing of things than by talking about marketing? Yes! Okay, now what I want to talk about today is how to get more value out of your existing app users without doing more ads or more in-app purchases or all the data or the analytics or anything like that. I want to talk about lifetime value outside of the app. Now, note, question of all this. I personally think that this is going to be a big deal in 2017. Okay, I'm working on a piece of software that's going to help you guys out. I'm going to release some new information about this, about some new courses, software, blah, blah, because I do think that this is going to be an enormous opportunity for all of you, especially people that are buying Facebook right now and you can't quite get that ROI up. I personally think that this is going to be the thing that makes the arbitrage go big. All right, now. Hopefully I can explain this in, let's say, 8 to 10 minutes in a succinct and coherent way via whiteboard. I think that the whiteboard works a lot better than me just talking to the camera for these visual things. So check it out. If you're listening on the podcast, I would encourage you to go to the bluecloudsolutions.com website and watch the video. Make it a lot easier. Now here's the key to all this. Email marketing, right? Email marketing has been tossed around and experimented with in the app world for a long time, but nobody's really just driven it home and said, yeah, this is a new strategy. It's always been kind of like a secondary bonus because those worlds just haven't come together. I'm here to tell you, I think that collecting emails and strategically emailing people from your app is going to change a lot of people's businesses in a very, very big way, especially people that are buying traffic and learning how to get traffic other than through the App Store. Now, let me explain what I mean by this by painting you a very ugly and rudimentary whiteboard image. Okay? So, this is your app, right? Beautiful little iPhone, and your app is on that page. Right now, you're getting traffic from all different places. Let's say you're getting from the App Store. Let's say you're doing some Facebook traffic. Let's say you have, word of mouth, and then whatever else, right? You're getting all this traffic into your app. Now, what happens is they go into your app and they go through this kind of whole experience, and the goal is that they buy some stuff. They buy in-app purchase number 1. They buy in-app purchase number 2. So on, right? Even if this is a paid app, this is how you create a higher lifetime value. And so what a lot of us do, or a lot of the app entrepreneurs, app developers, what you're doing right now is you're looking at this and saying, all right, I gotta get really deep into the analytics. I gotta learn the psychology. I gotta figure out the right pricing strategy. I gotta do I put ads in? What do I price this at? How do I create these engagement loops? And when you're looking at the marketing side, let's say your cost for buying an install on Facebook, let's say it's $1. $1 Facebook. You're trying to figure out how to get your lifetime value to $1.01 by doing ads, in-app purchases, maybe a subscription, the whole deal. And you're trying to do it all within the app. You're trying to do it all within the phone or the iPad or whatever device they're using. And this whole internal app monetization strategy, this is a tough nut to crack. Now, especially when you're looking at this, right? If you're spending $1, to get this average person to spend more than $1 on the aggregate after Apple and Google's cut, it's tough. Now it's totally possible. I mean, if you put the time in, you have great market research, you do the analytics, you look at the data, you update it, you give people what you want, you can absolutely make this higher than your cost per acquisition. Your lifetime value can be higher than your cost per acquisition. That's when you have the business, that's when you're doing, the more you spend, the more you grow. But it takes time, right? You need a great product, you need everything that we talk about in the app business. But what if there was a better way? Okay, what if there was a new way to do this that was superior to what we've been focusing on this whole time? And as I said before, this is email marketing. So someone downloads your app, they go through, onboarding, they complete the actions, they do the stuff, they buy something, they buy new filters, they buy more content, they get whatever, they get access. What else can you do? Well, during this process, at some point, and we'll get into like the whole strategy of this at some other point, it's more like a course than this. You have this secondary pathway that people go on. And this is when you have someone give you their email. You say, hello, Jim or Mary or whoever your customer avatar is, which many of you know how to do now from the App Business Strength program. How would you like to get a free video series about whatever your app is about, right? If you have an app all about productivity, right? The Pomodoro effect. How would you like to get a 3 Pomodoro effect cheat sheet? Put in your email address and we'll send you one. How would you like to get some free videos all about the Pomodoro effect and everything like that? And you get one. They give you their email address, and you hold up and your bargain. You send them whatever it is you told them you'd send them. Thing number 1, and maybe like thing number 2. And so while they're in this app world, even if they don't come back and use the app over and over the way you want them to, maybe you get them to check out these emails. And they're starting to read these emails and they're saying, oh man, there's a lot of value here. This is really interesting. Now the kicker is that after you've delivered a lot of value from the emails, you start selling product. Product number 1. Product 1. And you see how product 1 sells. You see what the conversion rate is. Well, then you try product 2. You see how product 2 does. Now, if you don't have a product, which most of you don't, just sell an affiliate product. Go find a product you like and see if they have an affiliate program. If you can't find that, go on ClickBank and see if you can find an affiliate product you can sell there. Go on all these affiliate networks. You'll find different things that offer affiliate programs. At the very least, you can just go on Amazon, and Amazon will give you a 4 to 7% conversion affiliate on any product you sell on Amazon through your link. And you test all of these, and you see which one sells the best. Now, this all obviously comes back to your customer, and you got to be able to deliver great products or great value and put them in front of a great product for this to sell. But what you're going to find is that you can sell these products for 5, 10, 20, 100, 200,000, like anything you want. And when you can sell really high ticket products, which you can do through email, which is very difficult to do through the app, all of a sudden your lifetime value, your average lifetime value goes way up. So even if you only have like a 10-cent lifetime value using your in-app purchases and your ads, if you're selling a $30 product and you're converting 3% of people, your lifetime value all of a sudden looks like it's $3 or $4. This $1 Facebook ad gets very exciting. That becomes a very different ballgame if you can make all these numbers work, right? And you can see where this is going, right? Like you test different products, you get new email marketing campaigns, you start doing retargeting with Facebook, you start doing retargeting with Google, you start driving people back into the app to get their email address, you start creating lookalike audiences with your emails. I mean, the list goes on and on. But this form of secondary marketing, I have seen it work many times. I am doing it. I'm working on a piece of software that will help you do this. This, I believe, will be the next big breakthrough in app, like making money with apps. Okay, I think that this is going to be huge because this solves the biggest problem that the app business has right now, which is the return on the investment. For a long time, the problem was the fact that we couldn't buy traffic. It was just too expensive, there wasn't enough data, we couldn't target people correctly. That is now solved. Facebook solved that for us. The new problem, however, is that we can't make enough money to justify spending the dollars. And this email, among other things, like we have plenty of other options besides just email, like data collection options, but email is the best. Email solves that return problem because now you can sell them products in an environment that they're used to spending 30 to 50 to 100 to whatever price, as opposed to trying to sell them in the app. It's very difficult to do. So what can you do about this? Well, as you're looking in your app, start to ask yourself, what could I sell my app customer that's not an in-app purchase, that's not an advertisement, that's not something that I'm thinking about inside the app? What product would they be buying outside of the App Store? What would they buy on Amazon? What sort of courses would they buy? What sort of courses are they kind of tangentially interested in, right? So for example, if you have an email all about like bodybuilding, maybe they're interested in how to pick up women too or something. Maybe they want to buy a book about that that's kind of like similarly related, and that's why you test it all. But start thinking about what products could I sell somebody that has to do with all the customer avatar research that I've done for my app. And when you look at this, and when you think about this, you realize how it, like we always talk about, it always comes down to having a really, really good market with great customers and knowing what your customers want. Creating the app, all of a sudden the app becomes more about an engagement customer experience platform. It's about making the app simpler, but delivering them on a promise, but using it as a way to get cheap traffic into your email list, and then so you can sell products that are much bigger than what you can sell up here. This is going to be a very, very big deal in the next 6 months. I am going to be talking a lot more about this. I'm going to be training people a lot more of this. I'll create a course on this, some software, but this is it. This is the next big thing. I highly encourage anybody out there, if you have an app and you're doing this part, the top part, which is getting traffic, putting them in your app, looking at the analytics, and then trying to monetize them there, start to look at how you can create email lists, how you can sell products, all that good stuff. You will see something very spectacular happen. Now, the one thing I will say, if you have a generic game, right, if you're building a regular game, you can see that this is harder to do because it's harder to know what the gamers will buy on the final end, right? It's very generic traffic. Now, you can take a few guesses on what they might buy. You know, maybe you know your gamers are all 18 to 25-year-old male, and they're interested in XYZ, and you find a product that caters to that, or you know, you can sell them like a new Xbox in Amazon, or I don't know, like something like that. But the more specific this app is, the more specific your customer and your market research is, the higher the conversion rate on the product will be, even at a higher price point. Similar is true with this, but that's just how this whole marketing thing works. So, I hope that was helpful. I'm really excited about this. This is Carter Thomas, BlueCloudSolutions.com. Have a great day.